Hi, I want to talk about the Bob Marley film from the point of view of a Jamaican actress. Alright, so I saw the film the first day it came out, February 14th, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it from top to bottom, and I loved it for what it was. I watched it and immediately understood that they were trying to tell the story from a specific point in time of Bob's life. From what I saw, I understood that they wanted to focus on love. That's why the film came out on Valentine's Day, I'm assuming. Love Day. And when I first heard about the movie, when I first heard the announcement of who would be playing Bob and the cast, I was one of those people that was like, huh? Love Kinglsye, love his work, but he's not Jamaican, so why did they cast a non-Jamaican? And up until the moment that I saw the film, I was still skeptical because in my mind, like I said, the only non-Jamaican I've ever heard with a good Jamaican accent was Idris Elba. So I just never in my life thought that a non-Jamaican person who is not even of Jamaican descent could do a good Jamaican accent, let alone a Bob Marley accent, because Bob Marley, him talk pato, but at the end of the day, him talk different from anybody else. Voice and the nuances of the tones and the texture, everything is just so unique to him, and it's different and it's beautiful. And I just did not think that anybody could talk like him. I just did not think that anybody could pull it off, right? But then I saw the film, and immediately, as soon as the film started, I teared up. I was like, I had to take a moment, and like I sat at the edge of my seat like this, just watching Kinglsye and Lashana, just watching. And I've been a fan of Lashana since The Woman King, and when I saw that she was booked as Rita, I knew she was going to kill it. I knew she was. There was no doubt in my mind. So that's why I'm mostly talking in terms of Kinglsye. And kill it. Dead. He was perfect as Bob Marley. You could tell that he wasn't trying to mimic him. He captured the essence of Bob Marley perfectly. It was beautiful. It was grounded. It was authentic. It was honest. Everybody, I think casting did such a phenomenal job with this film. Everybody, like even young Bob, everyone, they did their work. And obviously I'm going to talk more about Kinglsye because it's the Bob Marley movie. I was watching interviews of him after the fact, and he was talking about all the work that he did, and it shows. And that watching them inspired me as an actor. Like I remember when I left, I was just like boo-hoo crying because I was so inspired. One, it felt so good to see Jamaica on screen like that. Seeing Jamaica on film, on screen, on this big screen, in theaters, and then it came to me like, yo, so many people around the world are going to be watching this, and they're going to be seeing Jamaica on screen, on this big screen. And that made my heart so happy because that is one of my goals as a young Jamaican actor who wants to tell more Jamaican stories and bring them to the world. So that just, I was elated. And I get it. I understand why Jamaican people are upset that they didn't cast born and raised Jamaicans as Bob, as Rita. I get it. But give the film a chance because they did a phenomenal job. They did so good. And people are saying, well, why didn't they look harder? Honestly, truthfully, I can say that they did a worldwide search because I auditioned for that film. I auditioned to play Rita, and not because my agent or somebody reached out and said, please have her audition. No one knew that a movie about Bob Marley was coming out. It wasn't announced anywhere that a movie, well, from what I know, like it wasn't announced. Nobody knew that a movie about Bob Marley was coming out. And I got an email, on a personal email that was linked to my social media. asking me to audition. So this didn't come through my agent or nothing. So that's how I know that they were searching for Jamaican actors or like Jamaican people. That's how, that in my mind, that's how I know, that's what I think happened. And they ended up with the best people for the job. And honestly guys, another thing to remember, just because somebody is Jamaican doesn't mean that they can do that specific job. To play a role like Bob Marley, and to play a role like Bob Marley in a film of this magnitude is not easy. It is not easy. Just because you can talk patois, just because you can probably sing and play the guitar and you're light skin, doesn't mean that you can play Bob Marley. Can you act? Can you lead a film? You know, so it's not just about like the talent. Casting is not all about like, yeah, talent did it, but like it's so many things. Sometimes it comes down to your height. How tall are you compared to the people who be next to you? You understand? I know somebody, Auntie Judith, they out there say, but me have a little boy named Peng Peng and him can act and him good in my dream and him so why don't I cast Peng Peng? Auntie, I get it. Alright, I get it. Peng Peng talented. But this was not for Peng Peng. And it's alright. Go see the film. Celebrate the film. You know, make the box office numbers go up so that more producers, you know, who was in charge of this film? Who was the studio? Whatever. So the studios can see that Jamaican films and films with about Jamaican stories and Jamaican people want to see that, and then Peng Peng will get an opportunity next time. People like Peng Peng, people like me, there's always something coming. Oh, I think another thing I want to talk about is the story. People are upset about the story, and you know, they're saying we want to see it from da 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 blah blah blah. Something else I heard in interviews was that they shot at least 3 hours worth of movie, right? But something else that you have to understand is, one, they wanted to tell this specific part of their father's story. His children and his wife were executive producers on this film. Bob Marley is such a huge figure. You could make 50 movies about his life, about different parts of his life, da 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 da. You understand? When we saw the Malcolm X film that Spike Lee did starring Denzel was 3 hours long. And Spike Lee got, babe, how was it? Like Spike Lee had to go and get money from Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Prince to help him finish that movie, and that is why we were able to see a 3 hour long Malcolm X movie. So studios aren't always going to be putting out movies that are 3 hours long in the name of biopic, right? That's just not always how it's going to be. I get it, you want to see Bob Marley's story from start to finish, but that's not the movie they chose to tell this time, and that's okay. What they chose to tell was beautiful, and it was well done. And big shout out to everybody who played the band members. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hearing the patois on the screen, the banter, the chatty, the witty, like, you know, back and forth. Loved it, love it. Cast, crew, everybody involved. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful storytelling. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on the Bob Marley film. Thank you guys for stopping by my vlog.